Hi. If you watched all my videos so far, you might have spotted that I have a secret agenda. I strongly believe that the current prevailing way of how we look at productivity, especially in the business community, can be fundamentally unhealthy. I was never able to keep up with the principles of hustle culture, perpetuated by influencers on YouTube and fueled by the daily LinkedIn posts that I was reading. After a lot of self-reflection and some help from the UCL Wellbeing team, I realized that there is a much better fundamental framework for approaching productivity that's a lot better than the hustle culture we're all used to. Now, I'm not saying that you should not be pursuing your dreams passionately. What I'm advocating for instead is to frame your career goals and your productivity through the lens of self-compassion. So, in this video, I want to show you how that looks in the day-to-day and hopefully make a compelling argument of why you should adopt this approach over the one that you hear from your favorite YouTube influencer. Because hustling didn't work for me, and I'm pretty sure that it won't work for you either. Before focusing on anything else, it is essential that your basic needs are met. I know, I've definitely felt patronized before when someone suggested that I should try exercising more or drinking more water when I was feeling anxious. But later on, I came to the realization that meeting these basic needs do have a large impact on my well-being. At this point, I think you know the drill. Have a consistent, regular sleeping schedule, eat regular meals, and move your body often in any way that works for you. For me, it was yoga and swimming in the Hampstead ponds, but it can look like anything else. Sometimes even going for a short walk to the corner shop can make a difference in how I feel. For this, you can take advantage of the UCL exercise amenities, or even better, join one of the sports-related societies. It can be a wonderful way of incorporating regular movement into your schedule, with the added benefit of meeting friends there. You should also monitor these habits closely, because they can act as a sort of canary in the coal mine. If you notice that you're suddenly sleeping erratically, not having regular meals, and not meeting your friends as often as you did, it could mean that it's time for you to take a more proactive approach to your mental well-being. Speaking of friends, while different people have different needs for socializing, it is important that you meet that need. However, starting university, especially in a city or country where you don't know anyone, can be scary and sometimes a little lonely. Thankfully, the IMB program is structured in a way that encourages bonding with your classmates. You'll get to participate in a lot of group projects, and believe me, the camaraderie of working on a shared objective is a strong force in forming friendships. This is how I met my amazing group of friends here in IMB, so I can personally vouch for its effectiveness. Throughout your university career, you'll certainly encounter some stressful times and some roadblocks that get you down. They can come in all forms and when you least expect it. You might get a low score on an assignment, or get rejected from an internship that you really wanted, or feel like you're suddenly unable to perform the way you want to at university. When you encounter these roadblocks, it is totally normal to feel disappointed for a bit, but you should avoid falling into the vicious cycle of being way too critical of yourself. This is super common and entirely unhelpful for your productivity and well-being. A good way of recognizing that you're being unfairly self-critical and to shift to a more compassionate approach is to imagine that someone who you care about is facing the exact same issue as you do at the moment. What would you say to them to comfort them? And crucially, Is it the same thing that you're saying to yourself right now? I encourage you to repeat this exercise every time you're facing hardship in your academic career. There are issues that you can remedy with good habits and self-compassionate thinking, but there are ones that you cannot. In these cases, it is important to consider bringing in some extra support. Thankfully, UCL has a lot to offer in this area. The Student Support and Wellbeing Department has a team of advisors on hand who provide a safe, confidential, and non-judgmental space where you can discuss issues related to your well-being, mental health, and disability concerns that affect your ability to study. They can give you advice, facilitate reasonable adjustments to your learning, and refer you to support services in and out of UCL, and so much more. At university, it is easy to get caught up in the constant race of keeping up with your duties and perceive any actual or possible failure as catastrophic. But the truth is, in the grand scheme of things, your well-being is so much more important than your academic journey or career. So remember, there's always an option to delay things if needed, or to take a break for a while. If you need urgent help, or someone else you know does, I linked some crisis support resources in the description below. If there is only one thing that I would like for you to take away from all the advice that you received from me throughout my time as the host of this series, is to be kind to yourself. As always, let me know if you have any tips regarding staying on top of your well-being. I think with this topic, it is even more important to recognize that a lot of people struggle with mental health and well-being, and you're not alone. It's been a pleasure to be the host of this series, and I really hope that you found my tips helpful. And I wish you all the best for your time at IMB. So, take care, be kind to yourself, goodbye.